Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. So today, as you can tell by the title below me, we are doing the Premier League manager tier list. So on my phone right now, I have the criteria of what I class as an amazing manager. So number one is their playstyle. Number two is their adaptability. Number three, how good they are at sustaining pressure. And number four, trophies. I think, yeah, it's roundabout in that order, but yeah, I know trophies is bottom. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So, as you can tell on the screen, we have A, B, C, D, E tier. I'm not sure any manager will actually go into the E tier because, like, a lot of the bad managers got sacked. You know, your Farkers, your Oles, your Steve Bruces, they all got sacked. So, I don't think anyone on this list is going to be an E tier, but we're going to go from D upwards. We're going to go from A to D. All right? Capiche? Caposh. All right. So, let's start off with Mr. Ralf Rangnick. So, United right now, as the time of recording, I believe they're fourth. Rangnick's coming to Man United. He's changed up he's almost introduced some form of good vibes, but the results haven't been aligned with the performances yet. But for me, I don't wanna take too long with this video. I'm gonna put him in the C tier, mainly because I don't think he has the adaptability, nor do I think he has the trophies, and nor do I think he has the required level of the other managers in the B tier because of the way that United play in terms of their structure. So we're gonna go with Ralf Rangnick in the C tier. All right. Coming up next, Mr. Paddy V, Patrick Vieira, Arsenal legend. Now, Crystal Palace, they've been playing really good football this season. You know, they have a nice young black, a nice young black front line. You know, you got Zaha, Elise, Aberi Eze, Edouard, Benteke, Mateta. You know, a really nice group of players coming through at Crystal Palace. You know, Conor Gallagher in midfield. It's a nice team. I want to put Patrick Vieira in the B tier, but I don't think he is a B tier manager just yet in terms of his structure. So I'm going to go with a very high C tier. A high C tier for Patrick Vieira. I actually really like him as a manager. I'm very I'll see how I feel at the end if I can push him up, because I don't want too many managers in the A and B tier because I want to leave them for the best managers. So yeah, Patrick Vieira, C tier, but I want to move him up. All right, next one up, Bruno Lage. Bruno Lage? Bruno Lage? Yeah, Wolves manager. They've been playing amazing this season. You know, they're very resolute, have the best defensive record in the league this season. You know, I'm not going to go off league plays too much because by the time like this video is uploaded, league position would have absolutely changed. But as of February, they're still in the running for finishing fourth in a Champions League spot, which to be honest, I should put him in the A tier just for getting Wolves to that level. But Bruno Lage, B tier. I'm very happy with that one. Okay, next up, Mr. Eddie Howe. You know what, Eddie Howe, you know what I realized with Eddie Howe, yeah? You know, I actually hated on his appointment, but you know what? He's actually found a very settled midfield at Newcastle. You know, he's turned Joe Linton from a £40 million striker into a central midfielder. Who the hell would have thought? Not me. So, to be honest, I think Newcastle, they're on the way up. Look, Eddie Howe is not like an upper echelon type of manager, but he's a very dependable, solid manager. So again, we're going to put him in the C tier. You know, I think this list is mainly going to be C tiers, but you know what? I really like what he's done at Newcastle so far. You know, he's come in, shored up the system, implemented a really nice style of play that they're not solely relying on Alain Saint-Maximin. They signed in some good players in January. So let's go with C tier for Eddie Howe. All right, Mr. Tommy T. Thomas Tuchel. Now, you know, it's different, but it's difficult because I think him and another manager on this list has their own category. So I think he's not on the Pep Klopp level, but I think he's better than the other managers in the B tier because he's coming to Chelsea, won a Champions League, FA Cup final, Carabao Cup final, Super Cup winners. You know, he's come in, he's done his thing. You know what, Thomas Tuchel, you know what, you're going to go in the A tier because coming in, winning a Champions League for Chelsea, it's not easy. Yeah, I like his style of play. Now, what I like about Thomas Tuchel is that he presses, and I love managers that press. I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter, but pressing managers, if you are a pressing manager and you're adaptable, you're automatically rated highly in my list. So, Thomas Tuchel winning the Champions League, you know, a good track record with PSG and Dortmund. I like him. I just feel like he's not up to the level of the other managers yet because he hasn't he hasn't yet implemented a four at the back system. And for me, like, you don't really see three at the back teams win the Premier League or have levels of success in the Premier League. So I'm gonna put him in the A tier, but I wish there was like an A minus, because that's where I put Tuchel. I'd put him like just below Pep and Klopp. So next up we have Roy Hodgson. Now, I don't know what Watford did in dealing him out. I thought this guy was in a nice little retirement scheme. He's chilling at home. Watford called him. I don't know why they called him. I'm not sure if Watford could stay up this season, but obviously if you're managing for that long, you obviously have a track record. Now, Roy Hodgson's teams in the Premier League, they've always been super, super difficult to beat. They're very, very, very compact. They might not score many goals, but he's not a D tier manager. Again, he's a C tier. Roy Hodgson, he's been here for 40, 50 years. You can't hate on a man who has that type of record. So, Roy Hodgson, C tier. Okay, the man that got me a bit of hate on Copper 90 is Marcelo Bielsa. Now, I think Marcelo Bielsa, he is a very, very resolute manager when it comes to his ideas. When you want to play his way, it's his way or the highway, and I appreciate that about him. Now, when it comes to Leeds, I'm just not a fan of the way they play, mainly because of the fact that they go man to man and they're not compact whatsoever. And when you don't have any compactness in the Premier League, you're going to get found out very, very, very quickly. So he's done well in bringing Leeds to the Premier League, although he did spend a lot of money in bringing Leeds up, and he made Leeds play unbelievable, unbelievable football. But for me, I think Marcelo Bielsa, he's a C tier manager. Again, I'm putting everyone in the C. I'm gonna push everyone up and down when it comes to later on down the list. But yeah, he's a C tier manager because Marcelo Bielsa, when you wanna play compact, Marcelo Bielsa cannot do that. When you want to be adaptable, Marcelo Bielsa doesn't do that. It's his way or the highway, and I appreciate that about him. But all the other managers in the Premier League have a level of adaptability about them, and Marcelo Bielsa doesn't. All right, another guy that got me controversy on on Copper 90. The next one up is Jurgen Klopp. Now, obviously, Jurgen Klopp, his record goes to and it speaks for himself. Obviously, I'm putting him straight in the A tier, but I think Jurgen Klopp, what I like about him is that he's changed. When you play in the Premier League for so long, teams find out the way that you play. Now, 2017-18, he was rock and roll, side Van Dijk. They became very compact the next season, the 18-19 season, and won the Champions League and came very close to winning the Premier League as well on 97 points, which is crazy. So I think Klopp is an automatic A tier. There's no real argument about him being the A tier. It's just about where I would put Pep, him, and Tuchel. Now, yeah, I think Tuchel would be A minus. For me, I'd put Klopp at an A, and I'd put the other manager at an A plus. But the other manager does have his problems as well. So, okay, Klopp A tier, no questions asked. All right, next one up, Antonio Conte. See with Antonio Conte, yeah. Antonio Conte is a very high B tier / A tier. I'd put him on the same level as Tuchel because obviously his record speaks for himself, but I think the way that he plays football is slowly being phased out of today's game in terms of the elite football. Now, for me, I keep saying for me, it's my channel. Of course it's for me, but obviously Conte, he's won leagues, he's won Premier League, Serie A, gone to Italy, managed there, and he's won it playing his way. Three at the back, conservative and then hitting teams on the counter attack, which is Conte's style of play. And his build-up structure is actually very, very good. But what Conte doesn't have that Klopp, Tuchel, and Pep do is a pressing structure. A pressing structure is very, very, very important in today's society because you want to be in control of everything. You don't want to be sitting in deep. You're a top team. Tottenham is a big six, top six team, and obviously if you're playing in the way that Tottenham have traditionally played under Nuno, they played under Mourinho, they played under Conte so far, they sit in deep and hit teams on the counter attack. And for me, I don't really like that style of play because there's too many intangibles that are missing when it comes to sitting in deep. You don't have control of the ball, you don't have control of everything going on, you're not creating as many chances because you're relying on a mistake or you're relying on a counter attack, and that's because of the lack of pressing. So Conte, oh man, do I want to get cooked or do I not want to get cooked? You know what? B tier. Yeah. He's on the same level as Tuchel, but I don't know. Yeah, he's on the same level as Tuchel, but Conte's a B plus and Tuchel's an A minus. All right, Brendan Rodgers. Now, if you guys have been following me for a long, long time, I have a Brendan Rodgers agenda. Now, Brendan Rodgers, we all know what he is. He takes teams up to a certain point and then he capitulates. And yeah, that's what happened this season at Leicester. His teams have been poor defensively, unbelievably poor. I've seen the stats saying this is the worst defensive performance from a team. I think it was from Infogol. This is the worst defensive performance from a team in terms of XG allowed since records began in like 2014. So for me, he's going straight in C tier. Like, you guys might think, oh my god, Brendan Rodgers, he took Leicester to fifth, but he took Leicester. He was in the top four for most of the last two seasons and still didn't finish fourth. So look, Rodgers, good manager up to a certain point, but he doesn't touch the managers in the A tier nor the B tier. So yeah, he's again in the C tier. All right, Dean Smith. D tier. Yeah, he's gonna be my first D tier manager. Like, I don't really know his style of play, not because I don't watch Aston Villa or Norwich, but last season I saw an over reliance on Jack Grealish, and when Jack Grealish was out of the team, he was not good. And you saw it this season at Aston Villa. Like, he signed all of these players, and it just didn't come to fruition for him. So yeah, Dean Smith, I don't really like the way he plays, like his structure. I'm not the biggest fan of it. So yeah, he's a D tier manager. I'm just not a fan of him. Sean Dyche, bro. Sean Dyche is sticking in the B tier. Like, it's crazy, but I think Sean Dyche is a very, 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 very good manager, especially for the Premier League. Compact, his pressing structure is really good. He's adaptable. His signings have been really good. You know what, bro? Sean Dyche, and to keep Burnley up to a certain level. Like, Burnley have been in the Premier League since 2014. It has been 8 years, and Burnley. Oh, I think it's been 8 years. No, 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 no. I take it back. It's been, I think, since 2016 they've been in the Premier League. So for what? For 6 years, being top, or being in the top division of football with that Burnley team, with that Brexit team, bro, you gotta give Sean Dyche his flowers. I think Sean Dyche would be really good at like a ninth place, a 10th place team, because that's when we can really see him go on to fruition. Like, he finished seventh. He took Burnley to the Europa League. When will you ever hear Burnley in the Europa League? That's all thanks to Sean Dyche, man. B tier manager, you're gonna be in that list. Next one up, we're doing Thomas Frank. Now, Thomas Frank is a great coach. He's a really, really good coach. His pressing structure is very, very, very good. But I feel that, like, whilst he plays three at the back, I think he's not going to reach that next level. Like, Bruno Lage, I don't think he'll reach that next, like, top level, because he plays three at the back. And there's always a limit with three at the back. So, again, Graham Potter, you're going straight into the C tier. Graham Potter, he was the next one. Thomas Frank, he's in the C tier. Like, Brentford, man for man, they don't really have many like star names. Like, obviously they signed Ericsson, Tony's a good player, and Burmo's a good player. But other than that, I think Brentford are going to stay up in the Premier League this season. So yeah, C tier for Brentford. Okay, Graham Potter. Now, I want to put him in A, but he doesn't have the track record yet. So I'm going to put him in the B tier. But what more can I say about Graham Potter? He is a top 6 level coach in the Premier League. He is so good. Like, he is a top level manager. They took it from Ostersund. He went to Swansea, to Brighton, and they're all playing in the same exact way. I think Graham Potter is a very, very, very good coach. Compact pressing structure, his talent ID is really good. They need to sign some more outlets, Brighton, to be, like, I don't know, challenging for Europe. But I think Brighton are a very, very tough team to beat. South Coast, winds are swirling sometimes in Brighton, so he's used that to his advantage really well. So yeah, for me, Graham Potter's in the B tier. Like, he's an unbelievable manager. If I could, I'd put him in the A tier, but he hasn't won enough trophies yet to be in the A tier. So yeah, Graham Potter straight in the B tier. To improve for him, I think he needs to go to a team like Tottenham. I don't know what Tottenham were doing last season. Obviously, Brendan Rodgers said no, but I think that's a Tottenham problem. Like, if if Graham Potter says no to Tottenham, then there's a problem in the Tottenham hierarchy. All right, I don't know if you guys caught much of the Frank Lampard bit or the Ralf Hasenhuttl bit. I put Frank Lampard in the C tier. I'm gonna put Ralf Hasenhuttl in again in the C tier, because, as I mentioned before the camera stopped recording, I think what's it called? The Premier League has the best managers in the world. Like, you can't look in the Premier League and say this guy is an awful manager. Like, you can't, because all of the money that's in the Premier League, all of the eyeballs that are in the Premier League. So no one's going to be in the detail apart from Dean Smith, in my opinion. But Ralf Hasenhuttl is a really good coach because he's taken the German philosophy and applied it to Southampton. Now, Southampton don't have loads of quality players, but what they do have is one of the best presses in the Premier League. And, you know, like Klopp said on Monday Night Football a few years ago, pressing gives you the highest amount of chance creations. Counter pressing, gegen pressing, it is the best form of attack in the Premier League because of how much control it gives you in the game. So Hasenhuttl, he's managed it to a T. I just don't think he's at the B tier level yet, mainly because of how Southampton they've gone up and down, up and down, up and down. So yeah, I think Southampton C tier, Ralf Hasenhuttl C tier. All right, David Moyes straight into the B tier. Like, the job that he's done at West Ham is remarkable. Like, you need to look at West Ham that 1920 season. Everyone thought they were going down. Last season, respectable 6th place, almost in the Champions League spot. This season, he's been down between 4th, 5th, 6th. But come on, West Ham, they're a very, very tough team to beat. They're a very, very good team. And when it comes to, when it comes to David Moyes, he's at the forefront of it. And at the end of the day, David Moyes achieved everything that he deserves to. So I think, you know, I'm not sure how West Ham will be when Declan Rice goes, when like the key players go. But look, West Ham, they could finish in the Champions League spot. They could win the Europa League this season. Come on. Don't play with David Moyes, man. Gets disrespected too much. All right. For me, the best coach of all time is Pep Guardiola. Now, people can tell me about Fergie, people can tell me about Ancelotti, people can tell me about all of the best managers that we've seen, but look, for me, I think Pep is one of a kind. He is such a trailblazer when it comes to his philosophies, his ideas, and obviously it's come from Johan Cruyff and his style of play, but Pep has added his level of critique and nuance to it, like the inverted fullbacks, you know, these types of things that we've never seen before. So I think Pep is undoubtedly A plus, A plus plus plus. But the problem is with Pep, I think, like we saw it on this past weekend, like, in the Tottenham game, I feel that, like, when it comes to Pep, there's a few different ways of beating him, and that's inside his left back and his centre back. Like, I don't know, it happens all the time when Man City lose. So I don't know about Pep in the Champions League this season, but like, when strikers find themselves between the DM and the centre back. It happened in the Arsenal game with Lacazette. It happened in the Tottenham game with Harry Kane. They both had good games that game, or in those respective games. So I think Pep really needs to improve in that sense, allowing allowing opposition strikers to find themselves between the lines, because Rodri shouldn't be allowing that. The defense shouldn't be allowing that. They need to be more compact. So yeah, Pep A plus, but he does have his flaws. All right, Gerrard. All right, straight into the C tier. Steven Gerrard, obviously, he's won the Scottish title with Rangers. You know, he's a top manager, but I think he doesn't touch the managers in the B tier. And to be honest, there are managers in the C tier that I think are better than him. But Steven Gerrard, you know, he's a great coach. I don't know, like his Christmas tree type of formation at Aston Villa, it hasn't really worked out so far. Like, they've only won 2 games. And I think he needs more outlets in that team to be playing that type of system, because, you know, they have loads of like ball to feet types of players, but no one that can run in behind. Like, they have Jacob Ramsey, they have Ollie Watkins, but for me, that's it. Trezeguet is not that good. Coutinho, again, coming to feet. Buendia coming to feet. These types of players. So he needs to be able to utilize his team better than what he's done so far at Aston Villa. So again, C tier. All right, the one I left last, it is Mikel Arteta. Now, I think Mikel Arteta is disrespected way too much in the Premier League. Like, obviously, he's finished 8th back to back. But look at the way Arsenal play, especially this season, and how Arsenal are able to have total control over the game. For me, he's like Graham Potter. Like, I would put him... he's better than all of the other coaches in this list, apart from Conte, mainly because of the trophies. And I think he's neck and neck with Graham Potter. But yeah, I think Mikel Arteta is an unbelievable manager. Like, his pressing structure is amazing. His low block is very, very, very good. And Mikel Arteta, you know, he's going to achieve success at Arsenal, whether it's this season, next season, the season after. Bro, I want him to sign a lifetime contract at Arsenal. But I loved Mikel Arteta so much as a coach. He resonates everything that I believe should be in a modern coach. Low block structure, pressing structure, total control over the games. That's how I feel in terms of Mikel Arteta. Like the performances they've been showing how good Arsenal have been this season. Obviously, the last two seasons they finished 8th, but Mikel Arteta is a straight B tier. It'll be very soon until he's in the A tier. Trust me on that. Now, okay, so now I'm done with the tier list. Do I think anyone should move up and down? You know, I'm feeling Frank Lampard down. I just don't know, man. That second season at Chelsea was just horrible for me. Oh, but his first season, nah, I can't put him there. Anyone else that I put in the D tier? No, I don't think anyone else is the D tier manager. Like Rangnick, like, I don't know about Rangnick because of the team he's inherited at Man United, so I can't really judge him too much because he inherited a very, very unbalanced team. So I'm putting him in the C tier. You know what? I'm very happy with this. I'm like Conte is like here between A and B. Tuchel again is between A and B, so I just don't know. You know what? Let's go with this one. So to round off, A tier coaches: Klopp, Pep, Tuchel. I'll put them in order. Actually, I'll put them in order. That'll be a really good one. So I'll put Conte there, Arteta there, Potter there, David Moyes there, Bruno Lage there, and Sean Dyche there. I think Patrick Vieira is the top of this list. I'm going to put Hasenhuttl there. I'm going to put... I don't know about Rangnick. Okay, I'm going to put Roy Hodgson towards the end. Thomas Frank here. Eddie Howe down a bit. Brendan Rodgers up a bit. Frank Lampard goes towards the bottom. Steven Gerrard there. Yeah, I'm good with that. And then D tier, Dean Smith. Whew, great. All right. Thank you guys for watching this video. You know, it's a long one. Hopefully you guys can find time to watch it. You know, I'll cut it up into certain bits so you guys will see it on TikTok. But yeah, let me know if I got any wrong. Let me know if you want to put any managers higher or lower. So yeah, thank you for all the support I've been getting. You guys are the real ones. Catch me soon on the next video. I've been Rimedi. You guys have been my loyal subscribers. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.